Hi guys, it's your girl Aleda Lynn, and welcome to My Love Life Rebranded. As you know, this show is all about helping you find and create a healthy love life. And when we talk about love here, we're talking about love, God's love, self-love, and romantic love. And so I am a soul prosperity coach. I help women heal and prosper from the inside out. And so I'm excited today to bring on an amazing guest, my friend, sister in the Lord, Shalida Gray. She is an amazing entrepreneur, business owner. She's also a lifestyle coach. And so I want to bring her on. Today we're going to be talking about being single and snatched, okay? So you can be single and you could be healthy and just be that self-loving woman who's confident in her own skin. And so we're going to talk about healing, fitness, and health today. So I'm going to bring on Shalida so she can introduce herself and we can get into the discussion. Remember, if you guys have any questions, please drop them in the comment section so we can answer those throughout the show. All right, here we go. Welcome, sis. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, lady?
Doing good. So beautiful. Those teeth are shining, girl. Pearly white.
Thank you.
And you're in Georgia, right?
Yeah, I'm in Savannah, Georgia. Savannah.
Awesome. And so like I mentioned, we actually connected through your father, who is been an amazing blessing to my life. I consider him like my spiritual father. So I'm just so excited to have you on the show. Like your sister in Christ, and then like you're like a sister in like other ways too. So that's awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name, of course, you guys, is Shalida Gray. I am actually a business owner, just like Aleda mentioned. But I do want to say this before I even go into all of my little spill. Okay. But I want to say thanks so much to you for at least having me here. This is so awesome. I'm so proud of you, godly proud of you. You're just doing some great things. We've had conversations in the past about, you know, some of our life choices and journey. And I'm just glad that to see that you're, you know, moving forward and you're having such an amazing platform for women and their growth and empowerment. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I am, yes, a business owner. I'm also a lifestyle health coach. I actually are juggling 3 businesses right now as the Phoenix Fitness International, along with the Phoenix Academy. And I also just started my online boutique called Lita Bonita. So been doing a few things here, enjoying life, but my passion is health and wellness and fitness. Truly have a journey, and actually a journey, but a story about that. But I'm just thankful because that's just how God had planned everything for my life, is just to be able to heal from things and then also be able to grow and to build off of the things that I've been through. So I'm just blessed to be here tonight.
That's awesome. Like I recently put a post up where I was like, just living out Romans 8:28, like how all things literally can like work together for good. And it's just so exciting when you're on the other side of it all. And like you touched on a little bit, Shalida and I have both been through around the same time. It's like our life kind of parallel in a lot of ways.
It has.
We went through a divorce around the same time. And so I've just seen how Shalida has, someone's saying, hey, Shalida in the comments. I just see how you have just overcome those trials and those tribulations, those tough seasons in your life, and how you've like literally flipped it around and like have grown and created businesses from it, and you're like helping so many people as a result. So that's so powerful. Do you want to touch on a little bit more of your story?
Sure, absolutely. So I was married for 12 years, and it was interesting because you know how when you first get into a marriage, you never think the outcome will be a divorce.
Yeah.
You know, I actually was in the church. My father, as we both know, my father is a pastor, mother's the first lady. And so, you know, I was the PK, preacher's girl, and I was not the stereotypical preacher's girl. I loved the Lord, was a musician. And you know, I always believe that once you get married, that's the person you're going to be with all your life. You know, death do us part. I got into it. I was young. I was green. And all I knew was just to be submissive and to, you know, do what the husband says to do and, you know, be a good wife.
Yeah.
You know, later on down the road, a lot of things changed for me. I grew. I was so young getting into the marriage, but I grew. And I was learning different things, and I was seeing that, okay, what he's saying is not actually what is happening. And I had a daughter at the time. And during that time when I had a daughter, I had gained so much weight. I have gained almost up to 215 pounds. So added on with being married to this guy that I thought would be the love of my life, but there was a lot of stuff happening that I was just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Just trying to be a wife. But later on down the road, I just noticed that it was a lot of verbal abuse.
Yeah.
There was, especially with me gaining weight after having my daughter, and before while I was pregnant, there was a lot of verbal abuse and look how big you are. And oh my gosh. Yeah. It was the craziest thing. And I was just devastated because my body wasn't the way it used to be. Of course, it expanded. And then having someone that you think is going to be with you and support you and back you up, and they're tearing you down. Yeah. So it was truly hard for me. I had my baby girl. I was overweight. I was depressed. There was a moment where I was even suicidal, where I wanted just go away. And so I'll just to move forward a little bit, after all of this, found out that there was some infidelity there, and I knew that I could not keep doing this. After 10, 11 years of doing it, I said, I got to be strong for my daughter. I got to make some really good decisions. I got to move on. I got to progress. Yeah. So I made the decision that I need to move forward. So we went ahead. We got the divorce, and I was devastated. First of all, even though I said I'm going to do this and move, it was a death for me. So during that time, I had gained all this weight, but I was trying to find out who I really was. And with the divorce, I was, it was a death for me. I only knew this person all my life. I went into deep depression there. So you start eating different things, picking up stuff that you shouldn't eat, just things to comfort you and make you feel good. So I was picking up weight. And then eventually I found a program that would help you lose some weight. So tell me if I'm talking too much, Shalida.
No, this is good stuff. I mean, I have some questions, so maybe we can pause right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you mentioned how you felt. You mentioned you were married and you gained weight, but you didn't really feel like that love and support from your spouse. And I can relate to that. Just to chime in with my story a little bit. It's interesting because I experienced the same thing. He was very critical of my body because I was gaining weight. He wasn't, he even said he wasn't as attracted to me. He didn't even really want to have sex with me. And then even afterwards, it was very critical about me needing to lose weight. And I was breastfeeding, so my stomach went away very quick. But over time, there was a lot of emotional and verbal abuse, and it was very subtle. And it really affects your esteem and your confidence. So I can absolutely relate to that. And you also said you were trying to find yourself. And so coming out of my marriage, I realized I completely lost myself because of the subtle emotional abuse throughout the relationship, throughout the marriage. And so that's so powerful. So just to now speed back up to where you are, you were saying you started a program to help you lose weight. What was really your motivation for that? Was it everything that you were going through at the time? Just to kind of find yourself again? Yeah.
It was a little bit of that, but it was also then, I had my daughter. So my why, most people know if they ever follow my story, is my daughter. She is the reason why I do what I do. And I remember one day, he was very critical of my weight, but then there was one day I think took the cake for me. I was going up the stairs. You guys, I'm in my 20s. I'm huffing and puffing. I'm literally about to pass out with my daughter on my hip. I had gained so much weight. It was just, I'm a small frame, you guys. I'm only 5'1". So with all that weight, over 200 so pounds, super short, compacted, I was about to pass out. And I knew at that time, I said, I got to do this. I don't want my daughter seeing me, first of all, depressed. I don't want her to see me overweight and having to have that struggle as she got older. And so that was my motivation and the encouragement that I needed, and the incentive that I needed to actually get out there and start losing weight. So that's when I found a program. I didn't want to do it any quick way. I didn't want to get any pills, or I didn't want that. I just wanted to do it the right way. I didn't want to do it fast and quick. And that's when I started going to working out like with a boot camp at that time. So it was a lot of hard work. I mean, snow, sleet, hail. I was going outside doing this boot camp and had to eat right and everything. And I lost a good bit of weight doing that. So losing that weight, of course, gave me the confidence and knowing that, shoot, if you can do that, girl, you can. I almost lost about almost 70, 75 pounds. And then like, shoot, if you can do that, you can do anything. And that gave me the confidence to even say, you know what, I can't do this divorce. I mean, I can't stay in this marriage. I got to go ahead and get this divorce and move forward. So that's kind of how I got into my journey of losing weight, just personally.
Yeah. So it sounds like it was helping, you were building you were like loving on yourself again. And I feel like, and one thing I share a lot on the show is like, I went through therapy. And so one of the things my therapist actually encouraged me, like, to get into martial arts. Like, it builds your strength, it builds your confidence. And so it seems like you were getting that strength back as you were like working out and taking your health serious again.
Yeah.
Like, to be able to say, you know what, I deserve better. Let me move on from this.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it just kind of came in from there. I just started getting people. They were like, God, girl, you lost all this weight.
Yeah.
I got into an organization where I learned how to be a coach. I got trained, taught how to do it. And then it just kind of blossomed from there. People were just coming to me and saying, how do you lose weight? What do you do? You lost 70 pounds. What did you eat? And I was like, you know what? I can do this for myself. So honestly, it kind of organically happened that way. God was able to bless it where people were just asking me about what I was doing. I was passionate about eating healthy. And so that's where Phoenix Fitness International was built. Phoenix, of course, if most don't know about Phoenix, it's the mythical bird. And basically
it's a real bird. I never
bird. It's a mythical bird. And, out of the ashes, it actually burns itself in the ashes. And then from the ashes, it rises. And so that was my new birth, a reborn type of analogy for me, a metaphor for me. And so that's how I birthed the Phoenix Fitness International.
So tell us a little bit more about Phoenix Fitness International. What all do you do, and how do you support people? Do you have like any testimonies that you
absolutely
can share out here?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work with both men and women. Currently, I have coaches that are part of the organization. So that's considered where I'm the master coach. So we currently have about 5 or 6 different coaches that are coming in, and they have their teams, and we have people that come in. We start with a detox. So we detox your body, we shock your system. It's not a harsh detox. It's all natural. I believe in all natural, God's goodness, everything that He does. And so we do that. And then afterwards, you learn how to, once you detox your body, you typically lose about 8 to 15 pounds the first week, first 5 days. Wow. After you cleaned your body, we show you what things you need to put into your body afterwards, because as you and I both know, you clean your body and then you don't know what else. You just start picking up chips again. Okay, well, I'm going to get some chips. Well, we provide you a meal plan. We have the chef that goes in live, shows you demonstrations on the foods, how to portion your foods. So you get the tools needed to be successful to empower you. We've testimonies. I've actually had a lot of clients that have been through our program that lost 75 pounds. I had one lady that lost up to almost 85 pounds. And they were doing this like just consistently for 6 to 7, 8 months. The beauty of this is that it's online. We keep you accountable. We have coaches there to keep you accountable. It's not we're just taking your money and then bye. You know, hope you do well. We don't do that. We actually get you in the group. We get you the accountability you need. We're going to see you through the end of it. So it's very affordable. And we have a great time, a lot of engagement, and it's just fabulous. I enjoy working with our folks, our team. Wow. I enjoy seeing people have some really great successes from it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that it's the system is in place, right? You know, and it's not just, you know, here's some products, do this and do that. The system is in place where you can actually like walk with people throughout the journey. Because I realized for me, accountability is huge. I need accountability or I will. I see the difference when I work out alone or when I work out with like my friend, the person that I'm currently dating. Like if we work out together, I'm pushed more, you know, I'm like, okay, I can do this extra crunch. I can do this extra sit up or push up or whatever. So
exactly.
Accountability. And then also just to have a community where you're all like thinking the same way. Cause one time I remember this when I was married, I considered being a pescatarian because I wanted to change, you know, just my eating lifestyle. And my ex was not supportive of it at all. Like he would crack jokes at it. And, like order Harold's chicken and like eating my type stuff. I just thought it was funny, but you know, eventually like I just fell off. And you know, it's different when you have a community or people or someone who is supporting you along the way. And so I see the difference now. So that's so powerful. So tell me now, because about how long have you been divorced?
So now I've been divorced. It's going on 3 years, separated 5 years. So,
okay. So how has like the transformation in your health, I see a smirk coming.
Oh my gosh, she better ask this question.
I haven't fully articulated the question yet. It was just coming and I was just like, how has your new physique and your new attitude and your health impacted your dating and love life now?
Oh, okay. So, I will say this about me. I think it has impacted me very well. I'm not currently dating because I choose really not to at this point in time. Not saying that you don't have friends or not, but I will tell you, with the confidence and the physique and feeling good about myself, I have now an expectation and a standard. I don't know if most people understand. You know, when you're kind of like, when you feel bad about yourself and you feel overweight, you don't feel pretty about yourself, you kind of accept anyone into your life, right? Because you're like, well, that's all I can get right at this point. Now, for me, it's like, no, this is my standard. This is my expectation. Here's what I can bring to the table. And I hope you can bring the same. You know, I hope we can both do things together. So I think with having this new renewed confidence about me, I exude that. I don't think I have so many people really come and approach me unless they know, okay, yeah, if you approach Shalida, we're going to either be serious. I can't be playing these games. Yeah. So I think for me, even when I was starting to date a little bit, it was just more of an expectation. It was more of, okay, this person, you got to understand, this is who I am. I cannot lose myself again in another relationship. I will not. And it is a lot of give and take, and there is a lot of compromise, but never compromise yourself. And that's what I did in my last marriage. And I said, I just can't do it anymore. So I guess that's kind of answer your question, because I'm still single. So this title is Single and Snatched. That's
No, that's good. No, that's good. I mean, that's what I was hoping to hear, something along those lines. And it helped you build your confidence. It's helped you set your standards high, because it's like, look, I've built myself up to this point. You also want somebody else who matches your fly, so to speak.
Right. Absolutely.
Level, or somebody who's gonna help you level up even. So that is important. And I feel like you touched on something very key. And I think, the physical part is just one part of like our confidence and our self-esteem and our self-love. But I think we're like interconnected beings. So like when you start to build one area, it's going to force you to look at other areas, and you become just stronger overall. So that's awesome. Yeah. Because for me, it's a little bit flipped. I did a lot of, I'm just now getting serious about my physical, my health journey, and like, when I was married, I gained weight. I was probably the heaviest I've ever been. I was, and please don't laugh, because when I talk about weight, I feel like people be like, "Girl, what are you talking about? You ain't."
Yeah, what kind of weight are you talking about?
But I was at my heaviest. I was like 165. That was my heaviest. Okay, and so that was heavy for me. That was a lot for me. Mm-hmm. And I did not feel my best. I did not look my best, but I feel like it was heavily connected with how I felt on the inside. Mm-hmm. And so I started to deal with my inside, do my inner work. And then I'm at a place where I'm like, hey, I've never really challenged myself physically. Like, I want to see how far I can push myself physically to match what I've done on the inside. Because I've done a lot of inner work. You know what I mean? I've been therapy, inner healing, the prayer ministry. I've done it all, right? To try to get my soul together. And now I'm like, oh, I want to push myself physically, because I've naturally kind of been a slim person. And so I want to see where I can go, and not necessarily like how I look, but maybe my endurance. You know what I mean? In other areas in the health world, or just my strength. How can I really challenge myself and really see what my body is capable? Because I feel like we don't know, especially like working jobs where we're sitting at desks 9 to 5, or not a desk anymore, your couch, wherever you might be. But because I work remotely on my couch where I am right now. But your body is not pushed. Like, I feel like as I'm starting to explore my fitness journey again, I'm like, God, I'm so weak.
That's great. I think that's the best way to do it, honestly, Aleda. Funny that you mention it, because I've just been doing this for now 6 years. So I've been kind of maintaining a certain weight. And I just recently said, I'm going to push myself. And I'm now, training to compete for a competition, a fitness competition. So I've been training now for my 4th week training, and I'm meal prepping like crazy, eating the same foods every day. I'm a gym rat. I'm in the gym 4 hours a day. And it's just, like you said, it's just pushing yourself to do past your comfort zone, because we get into this little comfort zone and we're like, oh, I'm good. I look good in pictures. I'm good. I'm okay. Right. But for me, I'm always wanting to progress. I'm always want to excel. I'm always want to grow. And so this right here is like the epitome of growth. And it is mental too. It's truly mental. So I totally agree with you. Like I said, I think our paths are super parallel, because you are kind of like where I'm at right now. Yeah.
And I realize it's so powerful. So like before, when I would work out, I feel like I was not doing it for me. Mm-hmm. I was doing it for to maybe look good for my ex, trying to appease him. But now I'm doing it for me, and it just feels so amazing. And it's like, it's so much easier when you're doing it from that perspective versus trying to, look a certain way to attract a man or whatever. Right. You're doing it for yourself because you love yourself and you want to challenge yourself and challenge your body or challenge your potential. It's so different. It's I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's really good. Like, and it's like you said, it's a mental thing where you might have more words for it or better can explain it better, but it's like it's like I like the challenge. I like the challenge that I'm doing on my mind,
right,
with my body. So yeah. Oh, so
love it. I love it.
yeah. Wow. So like, what advice would you give a woman who is just maybe starting out? Maybe she's just have come out of a breakup, or a bad divorce, toxic relationship, and she's trying to find herself again. And she might realize, hey, my physical health is not where it should be. What advice, where would you recommend for her to start?
That's a great question. I think it starts with you.
Yeah.
It starts within. Like you mentioned, you went to therapy too. I actually did some counseling as well myself. And because it's a mental shift. It's a mental shift. So that's something I talk about in our Phoenix Academy when I help other coaches coach.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about a mega mind shift. It's something where you have to consistently find, positive reinforcement, positive energy, you listening to different things like I listen to like Les and Tony Robbins and different people that really give you, encouragement and support, and they just motivate you, and then you gotta work your mental muscle. That's why I say work your mental muscle. So you start there. And sometimes you don't know how to do it by yourself. So always reach out to somebody that has been there. You can feel free to reach out to me.
Yeah.
But you can do that and then just start working with yourself and your health. And it doesn't have to be just for, like you said, I just want to look good in clothes. It could just be like, I just want to feel good again.
Yeah.
And that was for me. I just wanted to feel good. I had been beat up for so long. Yeah. I just wanted to feel good about me in my body. And I just took it one day at a time. I would just eat, some chicken or something like that. I would just eat chicken and I would have my still little soda, but it was just one step at a time. I'm not saying that you can change everything all at once. Take out some sodas, right? Instead of doing just chicken all the time, take out. Then I eventually took out this soda. Then I started eventually saying, okay, I don't need all those sweets. Okay, I need to take those sweets away. So just one step at a time. Don't try to fix everything, because then you're going to have some slip ups, and then you're going to beat yourself up, and then you're going to binge eat, and then you're going to gorge, and then you're going to be depressed. So I just tell people, take one thing at a time. Start with a company, or start with not even a company, but start with a program that is going to be helpful to you, going to give you the accountability. And as you're stepping into, that health journey, you're going to feel the confidence come. I mean, it's just going to exude from your pores. That's what I tell them. It's just exudes from your pores, like in your smile and how you feel about yourself, because you're shedding weight and you're shedding all the toxic stuff that has been happening to you through a bad, bad relationship. You're shedding it all off. And
that's funny, like you're shedding toxins.
Yes, it's toxins, detox everything.
Yes, detox everything. I love it. Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And it benefits so many other areas of your life. Like it does help your mental clarity. Like that's, I'm like, oh, I just feel like clearer, and your skin is clear. It's just so many different areas, which all contributes to who you are and how you're showing up in the world. And it just, you're becoming your best self. So I just love it. Any other tips or advice?
Tips and advice is just love on yourself, ladies. And I love that you have this rebranded, but love on yourself. And that means, I know you talk about self-care, but just talking to yourself with a loving voice. Yeah. We do. And I talk about this a lot real quick. We do this for some of the people that go through our program. But one of the things I noticed that a lot of people do is when they get in the mirror, they look at themselves and they say, oh my God,
they see
look at that roll. Yeah. Oh, look at this fat. Oh my God, look at this muffin top. Hideous. Like, oh my God, this is not here. And the things that we say about our body, you would never tell. You would never say to anybody else. So be loving to yourself. Okay. And I had to tell myself, I had a baby. I was stretched out. I looked, I was worn out, but this is the body that God gave me. And I have to love it and have to feed it the healthy nutrition that it needs to survive. And I'm thankful for the body that I have. And as you have a spirit of gratitude and being thankful about it and being kind to your body, it will actually come back to you in full force. I mean, it will, in so many ways, it'll come back to you. So that's what I would like to just, encourage women, is just to be nice to yourself, be polite, be kind, and watch your body respond.
Yeah, it's that it goes back to like that inner work and that soul.
Absolutely.
Because yeah, we all come in different shapes and sizes, right? And no one is better than the other. And, I think, people might look at a skinnier frame woman like myself and think, might be envious or jealous, but I'm like, that doesn't necessarily, like, the body that I have didn't make me happy. The body that I have didn't make me feel, give me esteem. It was what I did on the inside that heavily contribute. So it could go either way. Like, but I know the soul work and the inner work and the mindset is like huge.
Yes.
And then out of that is where, the other areas of your life can prosper. So yeah, that is so powerful. Wow.
Yes,
that's so beautiful. So I love your story and just your testimony, everything that God has been doing in and through your life. It's just so amazing just to watch and witness, especially like we've had conversations like 2 years ago.
We did.
Like going through, and just to see where you are now and just how you're helping women and now in competitions and challenge, like you're ultimately challenging yourself.
Lord, what I got myself into.
Wow. And it's just inspiring to see you, like, I see your meal prepping. I'm like, I haven't got to the meal prep thing. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Like, I might be able to meal prep, like, or eat the same thing 2-3 days, but I'm like, oh man, a whole week of eating the same thing. I don't know, because I like food. But nonetheless, it's really inspiring. And you talked a lot today about like the inner work and self-love and self-confidence. And here on My Love Life Rebranded, we do talk heavily about love, and it's not, just romantic love, it's the self-love and it's God's love, because I really believe like those two are required to have a healthy romantic relationship.
Absolutely.
And so I love to, I'll tend to close out the shows asking this one question. What would you say is your personal definition of love?
Ooh, personal definition of love.
Yeah.
I think my personal definition of love would be, it would stem from loving yourself unequivocally. It would stem from that. I think that's how I would answer it. You just love it unconditionally. And I think when you begin to love yourself, then others will learn how to love you.
That's good.
Yeah. And I have learned that for me is that once I started loving myself, other people were like, oh, I just love how you are. You're so inspiring. And I'm like, well, I'm starting to love me too. It's been a minute, but I'm actually starting to love myself. And then you also can show people how to love you and what do you enjoy and what you like and everything. So I think it's just loving yourself, with God's love. You always talk about that, with God's love, but just doing it and just letting the love shine through you. And as you're shining through and letting the love shine through you, others will know how to reciprocate. So
that's beautiful. Makes me think of the scripture, the greatest 2 commandments is to love God and to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And so it's really hard to love anyone without self-love. And it's hard to know what love is if we don't have it, And that's very powerful, because love is a reciprocal thing, and
right. And no conditions. It has to be, this, that, and the other. It has to be.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. I think a lot of people use the phrase like, oh, they fall in love. I don't use that anymore because I'm like, if you can fall in it, I'm like, you can fall out of it. That ain't it. I go by like love rises. It's something
Right.
growing in you know. So that's so powerful. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I absolutely love you, Shalida. You
I
are
love you too, lady. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Before you go, though, I would love for you to just share with the audience how they can follow up with you, connect with you, your program, whatever you want to share. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if you are interested in actually being a part of our Phoenix Fitness International, you can absolutely follow our Facebook page, which is Phoenix Fitness International. I'm actually doing a change or whatever, revamping of our website. So if you go there, you probably won't see that because we're revamping it. But if you go there, you can go to our Facebook page, Phoenix Fitness International. You can start a program. You can always inbox me at shalida.gray. I will definitely get you in contact with a coach that will assist you. Our Phoenix coaches have already been through this journey of losing weight, so they are eager to help you. And then also, if you have interest in being an online coach like myself and starting your own business and doing this, and you're already in health conscious and you just like, I want to help somebody else do it. I want to start my own business. I actually have the Phoenix Academy, and I'll show you how to create your own business online and where it can be profitable and you can monetize your passion. So that's a little bit about my business and how to get started.
So beautiful. And then I'll make sure I put all that information. This will be on YouTube. Probably by tomorrow morning, I'll put all that information down below with the links.
Okay.
And follow up with you. So look down below. YouTube. And then a few comments here. So you two are doing incredible incredible work. I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses on. Oh my God. I'm struggling. It looks like you two are doing incredible work. Thank you for sharing. I'm a testimony. It's the best program I've ever tried. So unfortunately, I can't see who the comment is from on this platform, but someone is supporting you. Agreed with mental clarity and to love on yourself. So just some comments. People were here supporting us. We appreciate you all. Okay. Is there any last words you want to share with the audience before we close out?
Just blessed to be here, blessed to be empowering women. I feel like we are amazing beings. Okay. We are amazing beings. We are a force to be reckoned with. And so I just love to see women building other women, Aleda, giving other people platforms. I think we should be cheering each other on. I am such an advocate for women. So this has been a blessing just to be able to have, like I said, this platform with you, but keep doing it, keep sharing, and women keep growing, keep being your best self. And yeah, just kick A.
I love it. Kick A. Yes. If there's any physical health needs or concerns, definitely reach out to Shalida. And I'm always here as your soul prosperity coach. If you want to work through any emotional things, or if you want to overcome or just become your best self after a toxic relationship, holla at your girl. Okay. All right. Love you guys. And I'll see you actually in 2 weeks. Next week, we will take a break, but I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.